Good afternoon, Westwood, and welcome to Fly Field Track and Field. We got a track meet today, TVL Large matchup between the visiting Norwood Mustangs and your Westwood Wolverines. And it is also senior night, which is awesome. Culminating all these things together, wrapped in a crosstown rivalry. Doesn't get better than this. And we got Evan Cartamino joined. I am Morgan Donahue. Evan, how are we doing today, and how fired are you up? How fired up are you for a TVL Large matchup and senior night?
Always fun. I enjoy a couple. There's always a couple games on the schedule every year that I really kind of enjoy specifically. First of all, senior nights. It's always a little more festive. The team always comes out a little more fired up as we're about to start the 400-meter hurdle. I also enjoy the games when Norwood comes to town. It's a crosstown rivalry. One of my favorite games. A lot of history between those two. A lot of games that we've had. Westwood's ready on the court, ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like two runners. Only Westwood runners.
I believe Evan Schnatterly and Reed Boger.
You are absolutely correct.
So,
Schnatterly in lane 2, Boger in lane 4.
Evan, you've got to do some pride for the name here, Evan. So
Yes.
I'm rooting for you personally. But regardless, when these two teams face off, there's always a little more to it. It's that border battle, that crosstown rival.
Yep.
It's a unique rivalry, a little different than the Halston one. It's a little more of a newer rivalry. Obviously, Norwood, newer to the Tri-Valley League, but still always fun when it comes to town. And like you said, it's a senior night. We're celebrating the seniors here. I know last year we did the senior night as well. A lot of seniors on this team that we'll have to talk about. A lot of seniors that we've gotten to know. I saw Jaden Pollard today.
Yes.
Actually, before the game of Jaden's doe.
Yes.
But Henrik Laguerre's friend of the show.
Yep.
His senior night as well. So a lot of guys on this team that we have been able to see over the past few years. Always fun to watch.
Absolutely. Friends, a lot of friends of the program.
Absolutely.
The multiple programs.
Yeah. A lot of kids who have done stuff for us at Westwood Media Center, too. Reed Boger.
Look at Reed Boger with the stand-up start and Schnatterly with the traditional in-the-block start. And we are underway. 400-meter hurdles. Going through the first hurdles. And as we mentioned, only two Wolverines in the first heat. Schnatterly in lane 2, Boger in lane 4. And off to a strong start, the both of them.
I know, they are neck and neck, actually.
And this is a grueling event. It is, you're going at some pace. You got to get the hurdles going so you're really burning the quads.
Yep. I'm sure also, as our viewers can probably hear on the broadcast right now, the wind is starting to pick up as we start this event, so they're also dealing with a little bit of the elements. It's a little chilly here today at Fly Field. 53 degrees, a little bit of a wind chill. Saw Paul Lilla before the meet as well, and he was a little chilly as well. So expect the runners to battle through this, although when you get moving, and especially those long-distance endurance runners, they're going to probably not have to deal with it as much. When you're running, you're working up a sweat.
And here comes Schnatterly with a big lead, and he's going to go over the last hurdles there. Boger going over now, so Schnatterly looking to finish strong. Boger as well. And Schnatterly takes first, Boger taking second. And I'll see if I can get a time on both of them, as these are, I've been told that it's somewhat quick on the times. We'll see.
We've upgraded our setup. We have an app, a computer website now with times. It's great for us because we can, before we had the printout, the huge sheet, and it was about 4 or 5 pages long with the events and the runners. But
so now they're lowering the hurdles. So the boys' hurdles, I believe, a little bit higher than the females. So they're lowering those now, as there was only one heat for the boys. I will confirm once I see confirmation on the times for Schnatterly and Boger, but only one heat for the boys' 400-meter hurdles. As that loads, we'll go through the 400-meter hurdles for the girls. So I don't know if this is what I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing Schnatterly a minute 7 and Boger a minute 7.34. Obviously Schnatterly had a larger lead than that. So yeah, this is not the most up to date.
In this heat.
So we'll get confirmation on girls 400-meter hurdles. So we have a stacked crew here for heat 1. So we're going to see Violet Gavin, Susanna Rockers, as well as Sydney Cochran and Shannon Brent in heat 1. So a little 2v2. 2 Westwood versus 2 Norwood. Nice competition here. Got to give a shout out to our friends over at Norwood Community Media. Always think about them when we have a good matchup versus Norwood. They do a terrific job.
They do.
Friends of the program.
Of course.
A lot of collaborations with them.
A lot of collaborations that have led to some great memories over the years. I think about, that triple header we did about a year ago.
Yeah.
What a game! What a day that was for all of us.
Goodness.
You went to
history
boys hockey with Mark Hoover, and NCM sent us Brian Gagliard, a senior now at Norwood High School.
Off to Alabama next year. And not to mention, Evan, award-winning.
Yeah.
I believe now we have our second award from the Norwood Westwood football game with Eddie the Buffalo Hickey and myself.
I remember watching that game. I wasn't available to be there in person, but I tuned in briefly. I was given the link from Jack Tolman, and I tuned in briefly. I saw your shout-out for me, so I appreciate it as always.
Of course. When you got Eddie the Buffalo Hickey on the mic, it's like a couple hours of stand-up comedy. Just an absolute beauty of a beauty. And being able to just go toe-for-toe on stories and, telling him all the stories that I heard growing up from my dad and him verifying them all, Nothing like talking about the Chris Dixon 99-yard punt for Boston College.
Yep.
Norwood High teacher, Norwood High grad that had a 99-yard punt in a BC game. Like, are you kidding me?
Impressive.
And when you hear other people say yes, they confirm it. It just makes the story even more and more of a legendary folklore, and hold the folk because it's a real story.
Yeah. So the runners have come off now.
Yep. I don't see any blocks.
No.
And that was interesting to see the setup where Boger went with just the stand-up start while Snatterly went with the block start.
Absolutely. And the runner's coming back on now. It looks like we're going to have 5 runners on this heat, actually.
Yes.
So
this is going to be a good one. Susanna Rockers. She was on the Westwood Living Sports Show. We talked about her versatility. So talented at all these events. She does the hurdles. She can do the mids. She can do the long distance. She was the first runner to come across the finish line for the Wolverines in the TVL showcase for cross country. Mm-hmm. And now she's about to do 400-meter hurdles. So keep an eye on Susanna Rockers in lane 3. And in lane 2, Violet Gavin. Lane 4, Sydney Cochran. Lane 5, Shannon Brent. And we are off. Both teams going over the first hurdle. Little staggered hurdle to start off. And then after that, they'll hit another staggered hurdle. So, Evan, if you were to start, where would you want to start in terms of the hurdles?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think I'm going inside lane here. That's what I would prefer personally.
So, Evan, we have an update. So, no Susanna Rockers. So, it's Violet Gavin in lane 2, Kimia Kashfi, lane 3 from Westwood, lane 4, Sydney Cochran, lane 5, Shannon Brent, and then lane 6, Maya Yasufazi. So Yasufazi in lane 6, Brent lane 5, Cochran lane 4, Kashfi and Gavin. And we are coming down the home stretch. And here comes Brent. Oh, no, Cochran. Cochran with a sizable lead. Violet Gavin next in line in second. And Cochran going to finish strong, taking first in Heat 1. And here comes Gavin. As we mentioned, a grueling event. Yasufazi finishing strong as well on the outside. And then a battle at the end here between Kashfi and Cochran. Coming down to the wire. Kashfi, and Cochran able to finish strong just ahead of Kashfi. But a great event there in Heat 1 of the 400-meter hurdles. And great start so far. Wolverines taking points in the boys' hurdles. And Violet Gavin finishing second. Impressive run there also by Sydney Cochran, taking first.
Absolutely, but, Westwood in that second one, taking second and third there, which is going to be helpful in their standings. It's the way they calculate points is quite an interesting matchup here. They take a lot of these things into consideration. I don't think, I've done track this is my third year covering track at Westwood Media Center. Still not sure how the scoring works. One day I will figure it out. But
I don't want to. I like my innocence of not knowing.
Yeah, I can appreciate liking the mystery. But
Evan, let's get a shot on Mr. Mike Mao crossing the field as we are. He's Looks like he's heading his way over here. Got to give a shout out to Michael Mao. 26 years in the school system, and one of the good guys. And he's got countless memories captured on his camera, and just awesome guy, awesome teacher. I had him as a teacher. And great to see him. He's everywhere.
He is. He really is.
It doesn't matter if it's non-varsity games. JV, freshman, he's there. And really makes an impact on the kids.
Also saw him at baseball the other day. He's everywhere, though, like you mentioned, and we see him all the time. Also with him, James Perry, assistant basketball coach there. He's at a lot of these games
James
now.
Perry.
We're seeing him a little more.
James is finishing on, or he's in school, graduate school right now. So he is on sabbatical, per se, for he's been the assistant or JV baseball coach for the last couple of years, and a lot of his guys have been doing great things on varsity this year. But I know he is greatly missed this year, baseball-wise, but also basketball coach too, and a teacher. But working hard at the graduate degree and doing a great job.
Absolutely.
He's a Medfield Warrior, but make no mistake, folks, he bleeds Wolverine green.
Sometimes it happens in all these towns nearby. You have a couple people from nearby neighboring towns. A lot of, I'm sure we'll talk about it as we get through this broadcast, but there's a lot of Westwood, Norwood bleed through as well.
Is. Your father,
who was a Norwood guy, who's now Westwood through and through. But
Mike Mao lives in Norwood.
Mike Mao
Coach
lives in
Clifford,
Norwood.
High grad, class of 2005.
Yep. Rich Verrier, AD, Norwood resident.
Is he?
Yeah.
As of when?
I
knew it was Hyde
recently.
Park.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know recently. I know we talked about that on the show, but a Norwood guy, but still Westwood through and through. So, there's a lot of crossover between these two towns. This is why, when I first came to Westwood, I thought this would be the rivalry because two neighboring towns, a lot of bleed through. But there is a rivalry to it, but it's a lot more, I think, it's more friendlier than a rivalry like Holliston, if you will, or Medfield, where it's a little more of it's a border battle. You want to do it. You grow up. A lot of these kids grow up with each other. They're friends with each other. A lot of these kids are cousins. So
a lot of family.
It's a lot of that, but there's still a rivalry to it. It's just a unique dynamic that we don't get to see with other schools like Medfield and Holliston.
No question about it. So I think the next event is typically the 100-yard dash.
That's always
speedsters.
A fun one.
Get the speedsters out there.
If I had to pick a running event, this would probably be my event. I'd go
Hundo?
for a Hundo. I'm not I don't think I'd do an endurance. You wouldn't catch me doing the mile or 2 mile. I don't think I'm up for that. But
the 100 meter, excuse me.
100
meter. They don't do the 100. It's 100 meters.
On a 40-yard
That's why we see it a little bit outside of the football field. Where it's outside the 100 yards that you'd see.
It's always a little fun to film at this field. As you notice, it gets a little cut off, so you'll see me adjust the camera here.
We're going to do a little quick Google search. How many yards is 100 meters?
I think 156.
109.
Well, I was wrong.
109.361.
But
good thing I got that one out of the way, so you didn't use it for the Westwood Living Sports Show trivia question.
I think I have to double check. I have a note on my phone with all sorts of trivia questions. I've used up, I think, most of the good ones I had. But I think I have a couple left. I don't know. I try to have a theme to it a little bit. Like I try to go based off of seasons. That's why you've been getting a lot of baseball questions lately.
Yeah.
I won't do baseball.
I hope we move on from those.
I won't do baseball next time. I've already done 2 baseball back to back. So I'll be nice this time. But
would any hints towards possible sport?
I have to check my note actually, but we have some time, so I think I will. It's also buried in my notes app, so.
So we got some times now, folks. So Evan Schnatterly, 1:09.61. Reed Boger, 1:12. That was for the boys. For the girls, taking first place. And, here we go, points-wise. Sydney Cochran, 5 points. Taking second was Violet Gavin, 3 points. And taking third was Maya Yusufazzi. Apologies, folks.
Yeah. Apologies.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out the pronunciation. But 5 points for first, 3 for second, and 1 point for third. So first place, Cochran, time of 1 minute 15. Second place, Gavin, minute 24. And then Maya, minute 30.61.
I looked up that trivia for you. I don't actually have a question for the next episode prepared. I have some questions I had always come up with, but I'm kind of picky about what goes on the show. I want to give you guys good questions, but I have a list of a few questions I had come up with a few months ago that I had saved as backups, but I try not to use them. To answer your previous question. As we get ready here for the 100-meter dash.
Yes. So we'll see who we're starting with. I think it's the girls first.
Yes, we have the girls first. And I believe the boys will be after. And then I believe after. I don't think we have the exact order. We have the website gives us like the events, but I don't know if that gives you in the order. But I believe after the 100-meter dash, it goes to the 100-meter hurdle. So, and don't quote me on that, folks. I am just guessing based off of what I've done in the past. But that would be my guess. Would make the most sense. You're already there, set up.
Yeah.
But
now this is always the tougher ones to cover because you got to put your head out the window just to see where they're starting. You know,
Yep.
It's hard to.
they're back there just ever so out of the way, where it actually makes filming this just a bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have to kind of just lean out there and just get a little peek to see. But we're getting lined up and ready to go. I would imagine in a second here we're going to see these runners take off.
Yeah. So we're going to have, they're in the blocks or getting ready to get in the blocks.
At least they're warming up, I believe. Yes, they are warming up to get ready.
So let's see what we got. So what we have in the system, and it's not always 100%. We've seen some adjustments, but looks like Heat 1, we're going to have 4 Wolverines, 3 Mustangs. Abby Presley in lane 1, the speedster on the girls hockey team. Lane 2, Avery Bohm, soccer.
Mm-hmm.
A couple multi-sport athletes. Lane 6, keep an eye on Layla Elliott Lewis, absolute speedster. And also a former guest of the Westwood Living Sports Show.
Absolutely. Spoke to her on April.
And then Brooke Garcia. In lane 7. So we got lanes 1 through 7. You're packed to the brim.
Absolutely.
Those are always the best races when you have someone in every single lane.
Yeah, this is one of those popular ones, too, where you're going to see a lot of runners here. We'll have a few heats, I would imagine. You might have the exact number of heats. Just one heat, okay.
Just one heat that I see. There might be more.
Could update over time. There's a lot.
There's also, so they have varsity and JV, too, so there might.
All right, so Miles should be after this.
Yeah, so I think there is actually more heats, but they instead of it saying heat 2, heat 3, I think it goes varsity is the first one, JV second.
Gotcha.
To follow.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So we are about to get underway. As mentioned, Presley in lane 1, Bohm in lane 2. Lane 3, Rodriguez Souza. Lane 4, Ellie. Lane 5, Wood. Lane 6, Elliott Lewis. Lane 7, Garcia. And they are in the blocks. And they are off. Great start from both teams. See strong presence from Bohm. Now Lewis starting to pull away. Layla Elliott Lewis. Strong start to finish, and she is going to take first. Layla Elliott Lewis. That is why she was at Nationals, folks. She is a speedster. She led it off for the Wolverines at Nationals and did a terrific job. My goodness, she showed the speed there, and right out of the blocks. A terrific start, and then just came on strong to finish strong and take first place.
Well, absolutely. That's the big thing, too, there. She kept her foot on the gas the entire way through, kept gaining till the very end, and, that's why she's in that heat. That's why she runs the event. Great run by Layla Elliott-Lewis.
No question about it. We will get confirmation on the time when it comes up. And we have a second heat coming up. And we'll try and get the names. And they are off. We got a mixture of Westwood and Norwood. And a great finish, or a great strength to the outside as a couple Wolverines, 3 Wolverines, and we know at least 2 taking first and second.
I believe we got a third. I think it was a 1-2-3 finish for the Wolverines.
Outstanding.
And that's a strong way to finish. You have 3 Wolverines in the top 3 there. That's going to really help your effort out here with the points.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if Heat 2 is does points. I think it's usually the first heat that does points. But that was very impressive run by the Wolverines. Looked like it was Shannon McGrail, younger sister of Michael McGrail, and Kella McGrail. So the official results for Heat 1, 100-meter sprint, Layla Elliott-Lewis taking first place, 13 seconds, 13.11 to be exact. Sarah Rodriguez-Souza taking second at 13.4, and then Abby Presley, third place at 13.46. Heat 3 underway. And I see a lot of yellow and 1 green.
But that green's in the lead as they head to the line.
Absolutely. And takes first. Outstanding. That's 1 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 Wolverine versus 6 Mustangs, and the 1 Wolverine taking first. Outstanding. Not intimidated.
I would pick a Wolverine over a Mustang in a race, Morgan.
Well, I saw a funny thing about Wolverines being one of the fiercest animals in the land.
I saw you show me that, yes.
And it talked about how Wolverine will go, upwards of 30 miles to go hunting.
They're fast.
And I'm thinking to myself, oh, that's like the distance to go to Holliston, and find panthers, and it's
don't tell Jay.
It's like a TVL ride, 30 minutes to find their rivals. So it made me think of the Westwood Wolverines in the Tri-Valley League, and we are underway with Heat 4. Heat 4 underway. And we got Wolverines leading the charge. Another strong race, looking to hold on strong. And yes, Wolverines getting it done again, back to back. Apologies, folks, I don't only have the names of the Heat 1 on the athletic.live, but outstanding run by the Wolverines. Lane 6, very impressive.
We've definitely upgraded. We used to just, we were a little more blind. Now we have times. We're upgrading,
We had Henrik.
We had Henrik. I'm sure he's around here today, a senior day, another senior that's...
He might be playing the cello right now. He's been known to play the cello a little bit, where he sets the tone for these races and then gets in the heads of his competitors when they see someone playing the cello on race day.
It's a great mental, hey, whatever you can do to get an edge over your opponents.
Yeah. I see a little hacky sack going on. I don't know what's going on right now in the world, but a lot of hacky sack. Is hacky sack making a comeback? We got Heat 5
I'm learning
underway.
about it in here.
Well, Heat 5, good mix of Wolverines and Mustangs. And Wolverines, 1, 2, does 3 get across?
I think it's 3.
3. 1, 2,
Another
3,
1, 2,
Wolverines.
3 for the Wolverines.
Terrific job in Heat 5. So, yeah, they have, I don't know if it's a joke or whatnot, but they have hacky sack rankings. And they're showing each school, is, doing a video of them doing a circle with the hacky sack like it's 1995. And it's hysterical. I think it's making a comeback slowly.
Did you play hacky sack as a kid? Were you
I was not coordinated enough.
I don't think I was either. But yeah, maybe varsity hacky sack is in our future for covering.
Yeah, club. Start with the club program, and then it'll get slowly entered into TVL play. We got another heat here.
A lot of Wolverines in this one.
Yes.
4 versus 2.
Incredible depth by the Wolverines. The last several heats they've taken 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and that looks like 1, 2, 3 there.
I believe it was. Yeah, great. Strong showing for the Westwood Wolverines here so far in the 100-meter dash. I believe we have one more heat, it looks. 1 or 2 more heats for the girls before the boys will take their stab at it.
And here we go. Wolverines again, strong start. Holding on to that lead. And another first place finish. Lane 2 for the Wolverines. Outstanding.
So overall, a strong showing for the Westwood Wolverines for the girls in the 100-meter dash. Now the boys have a chance to show that they can do it as well here. I believe this is heat 1 for the boys. So Morgan, who do we have on the coming up?
We will see. So boys 100-meter in heat 1, Ethan Sang in lane 1. Lane 3, Demetrius Darty. Lane 4, Charlie Jessup. Lane 7, Ellis Callaway. Multi-sport athletes we got in this group.
Charlie Jessup, a senior for the Wolverines. I think of his huge game versus Norwood here on this field.
Norwood.
Sure,
Norwood does not want to hear his name, as they heard a lot of it in the football game. And, it worked out perfectly because we had Andy Alcock Jessup as a fall sponsor. And as we mentioned, good things happen, folks, when you partner with Westwood Media Center. You too could have 3 touchdowns in a game.
And 2 interceptions and a pick 6 and 2 fumble recoveries off the kickoff.
Was it 4 total touchdowns?
4 total.
4 total.
4 total, 1 off a pick, 3 receiving touchdowns.
That's right.
2 fumble recoveries off the
and I think they were all in the first half?
First half. It was the first half. And it's also worth mentioning, coming off of injury. That was his response game to coming off of injury, a little rusty.
He'd been dealing with a leg injury.
Yeah, and it looked like he'd been there all season. So, when we think of him too, we're getting to that time of year where we're looking back at this senior class, one of the athletes in this school that really made his impact. Great season at football for wide receiver for the Wolverines. Especially that Norwood game. We were live on Westwood Media Center that night too. It was our live game. That wasn't the Holliston game, so.
The boys ready to get underway. As we mentioned, Sang in lane 1. Darty, lane 3. Jessup, lane 4. Callaway, lane 7. And we got a great race here. Jessup looking to close in on the Norwood runner. Norwood runner holding strong, and he gets first. Jessup gets second. Darty look like he took third. So we'll get confirmation as the times come up, but great race. A lot of speed in that race. As it looks like taking first place is Norwood, and they'll take 5 points. Jessup takes 3. And we'll get confirmation on third.
Looked like Darty had it, but overall, very close between the first 4 runners of that leg. It was pretty neck and neck. It could have been anyone's game. But still, great run by both Westwood runners, Darty and Jessup. As we look for leg 2 here. Or heat 2, excuse me.
Heat 2. All right. I think we're going to see Lucas Rizzi, lane 3. George Stamatakos, lane 5.
Soccer star for the Wolverines.
Alex Bailiff, lane 8. I didn't even know there was 8 lanes.
Yeah.
We got an 8-lane highway ready to go here, heat 2.
Feel like I-95 at rush hour.
And here we go. Heat 2 underway. Rizzi holding strong, going to battle there with Adam of Norwood. Rizzi putting on the Jets, and he's going to get across the finish line. That looked like very close. Photo finish, but I think the nod goes to Rizzi, who, Evan, pride of the maze.
Absolutely.
Fisher Street.
No, that one was also very close as well for Rizzi, but I think he just got ahead of him by just a hair. So huge win for Rizzi to respond back in Heat 2, after letting Norwood get Heat 1.
Yeah. So the official results from Heat 1 is Dorian Rojas Maldonado took first at the time of 11.64. Jessup took second, 11.75. Demetrius Darty took third for the Wolverines with a time of 11.84. And Heat 3 underway.
I believe
All Norwood right here.
There's a couple Westwood.
But all Norwood leading the pack, 1, 2, 3, and they will go 1, 2, 3. So Norwood with an impressive Heat 2.
We have one more heat, it looks. This is going to be a Westwood heavy heat. And before we go to the mile.
Yeah.
Mile is, I tip my hat to those runners. I am not an endurance runner personally.
So Heat 2, Lucas Rizzi taking first place by a hair, 12.73. Second place was Isaiah Adam, 12.80. Very close. Third place, John Veal, 13.10. We got another heat underway here. 1 Norwood and 2 Westwood. And Norwood's going to take first place. Nice run there. As Westwood takes second and third.
Boys and girls milers, last call.
Last call for the mile.
I actually believe we will have one more heat for the dash, 100 meter. I keep calling it dash. I think of the 40-yard dash.
Well, it is a dash. I mean, it's a sprint.
It is a dash. I mean,
It is a sprint. It's the last heat here for the 100 meter. Some great depth. A lot of numbers. We're underway. Got a good battle going on between lane 2 and lane 4. Lane 4 holding strong. Lane 2 trying to have a say about it, but lane 4 holding strong, taking first. Lane 2 taking second. So productive 100 meters, as we saw pretty much mixed bag of Westwood and Norwood.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back to the times. So in Heat 1, Maldonado taking first, 5 points with a time of 11.64. Charlie Jessup taking second with 3 points at a time of 11.75. And Demetrius Darty, third place with a time of 11.84. And I believe the mile is going to be next, as we heard last call for check-ins.
Mile, I believe, is not, I think it's either 4 or 8 laps around this track. I don't remember.
4.
4.
8 is 2.
The 2.
Yeah. Boys 1 mile. We got a big crew here for the 1 mile.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm seeing Henrik, good friend Henrik.
Yep.
His time, his personal best is 5:36. So we'll see if he matches that. Liam LaCroix,
Yep.
5:09, his best time. Tiernan Mullen, hockey player, 5:45. Dominic Ellison, 5:51. Shunya Moy, 5:45. We got Colin Hennessy, Adam Ames, Coleman Hickey. And we got a bunch of Norwood as well. Sometimes we see them do it together. The boys and the girls will run the mile together. Sometimes they separate them, but it looks like we're gonna
have it run together today. I believe, maybe not. Yeah, I think it'll just be the girls here to start. Which I'm not too sure because they called. They called both boys and girls mile, which is why I wasn't too sure, but
Yeah.
looks like we will have the girls mile first.
It's going to be a good one. So the girls mile. I have everything correct here. Susanna Rockers, Emma Flanagan, Elise Boger, Anna Averill, Kira Chi, Molly Shea, Adrian Kelly, Brooke Hahn, Bridget Flynn, Shaylin Coyle, Rosalind Kochi. Evan, I do want to say unspeakable tragedy has happened to two runners. Adrian Kelly's mother and Bridget Flynn's father, both running right now. You know, condolences to both of them. You know, we're thinking about you guys, and hope you guys are hanging in there. As we are underway. These are two teams that were neck and neck, not only just throughout the season in the cross country, but the TVLs. Bridget Flynn, one of the top runners in the state. You'll keep an eye on her, Evan. So she is just to the outside of Susanna Rockers. Flynn took first, I believe, in the Tri-Valley League Invitational. It's essentially the TVL, all TVL meet.
Yep.
And Susanna was top 5. So those two, keep an eye on them. I'd imagine they'll be close by. But Flynn, a terrific runner. I think she won the turkey trot race, which there was some cross country runners on both teams running that, as well as Matt Donahue. Matt Donahue, I think he had a time of like 30 minutes, and I was telling, I go, Matt, you got beat by the cross country team by like, 10, 15 minutes. You got to work on that, pal. So here's the first lap.
I think
Good
most
pace
of the
so far.
cross-country team would beat me in a turkey trot as well, so I can't shame him too much.
No, well, the point is he showed up and he got it done.
Exactly.
I can't say that for myself. So Bridget Flynn leading the way. Susanna Rockers close by. A lot of respect between these two teams. As they both have a lot of talent on each team, and they push each other to give the absolute best. That's what you get when you have great competitors in the Tri-Valley League, not only just on the teams that you play on, but your own teammates. Westwood's got that many teammates they're competing against each other, and this is where we're starting to see the pack kind of distance a little bit. Yeah,
usually halfway through the second lap, you start to see the pack distance. There's a couple packs form, but what you usually see too is these first two lead runners also start to distance at some point here. But Susanna Rockers has kept up with Bridget Flynn, so a sign of maybe things to come. Maybe Susanna's going to keep this one close, but it's going to be a challenge here.
So effortless for them. This is easy to them, Evan. We would be at 180 beats per minute right now.
I'd still be on lap 1.
I might be on the ground from just cramping. Not great hydration these days out of me.
No. What are you talking about?
If it was
the Diet Cokes don't do it?
No, if it was a Mike Mao test, he'd say, see me after class with the type of hydration I do. And
I don't blame you.
We talked about a great battle. We got a fantastic battle. Rockers, Flynn, still.
Yeah, I mean, that's
within a couple feet from each other.
It's going to be a matter of who just kind of has a little more in them. But
I think they're going to kind of wait till that last lap, and then they're going to put their foot on the gas.
It's a smart strategy. See if you guys can keep it close here while separating yourself from the pack. See what you can conserve a little bit. You have to have that last little bit of push for yourself right about the end here. You'll see it on the 4th lap.
So,
but Susanna Rockers keeping up.
So, Evan, here's the thing. So, Bridget Flynn, top run is 5 minutes, 16 seconds. Susanna Rockers' top run is 5 minutes, 18 seconds. So they're basically, look at the science. Their top runs are 2 seconds apart, and they're neck and neck.
Yeah, there's enough variance in there in terms of times where, I mean, hey, Susanna has the ability to keep up with her, and yeah, it's a 2-second difference, but you don't know what someone's going to have as a push at the end there. It's all about this next lap that you're going to see, this last lap. But she's done a good job keeping up with Bridget Flynn.
And here we go. This is what it's all about, folks. The last lap upcoming in the 1 mile, a challenging 1 mile. It is excruciating, especially this last lap. You've been given a lot. They've been setting a pretty big pace here. And they're now putting their foot on the gas. Rockers holding on strong. Flynn still with an incredible pace. Kelly, Boger, strong strides for the Wolverines.
And I imagine as you see them rounding the corner here, coming down this front stretch, you'll see them start. That's when they'll really put their foot on the gas there and, step it up. I mean, you're going to see them pick it up a little bit here as is, but that's really when you're going to see it turn almost to a sprint.
Yeah, that last turn. That last turn is where hey, what do you got left in? And the straightaway, obviously, you still got some time, but that turn is where now we're seeing it kicking in. Here comes Rockers.
Susanna tried
on
to
the outside.
Jump.
Rockers
she
making
might have
a move.
She does.
She does. Can't count out Flynn, though.
No.
Flynn, has another gear.
Suzanne's
going to
have to kick
Rockers
it in the fifth.
on the turn. She's leading
she
right now.
She might have her.
And here comes Flynn. Rockers holding strong, though. Flynn putting
it's going to be a close
foot
one.
on the gas. Flynn speeding up. Flynn trying to close in on Rockers. Rockers holding strong. Rockers gets it done. Flynn just behind. What a mile run by these two.
And Susanna timed it perfectly. I think that was the big thing, is just timing it perfectly and catching almost Flynn off guard, as Norwood's going to take third here. But she got her actually entering that corner, and basically I think it caught her just a little off guard, but it paid off in the end. She was able to hold her off, and a strong finish for Susanna Rockers.
Absolutely. Norwood taking second and third. Susanna Rockers, my goodness. We were talking about on the Westwood Living Sports Show just how versatile she is when it comes to the hurdles, when it comes to the long distance, when it comes to the mid distance. A mile is part of that long distance. She just won it. And I would say her strength is, kind of the mids.
Yeah.
When it comes to like the 800, she does well. I think she does well. And obviously she's a great 400-meter hurdler too. She's incredible. I mean, she just won the mile.
Absolutely.
And she came, I believe, in 5th place in the TVLs for the cross country, which I believe is a 5K, so 3.1, 3.2. Outstanding for Susanna Rockers.
And now we're going to have the boys' mile. So
we got some familiar faces in the boys' mile.
A lot of Westwood faces in this one. It's going to be a Westwood heavy mile here.
Yep. Got Henrik Legers, as we mentioned, Liam LaCroix, Tiernan Mullen, Dominic Ellison, Shunya Moy, Colin Hennessy, Adam Ames, Coleman Hickey. I don't see Owen, the coachy, but he might be getting ready for the 2 mile. He is. He's going to be in the 2 mile. Guess who else is going to be in the 2 mile from what I see? Henrik Legers, Liam LaCroix. Those guys got my respect. You do the mile and the 2 mile on the same day, you're impressive.
They're endurance runners. That's really what it comes down to. They're guys who their specialty has always been the endurance, and they're good at it. Once again, I respect them. I could never do it, but it takes a lot. 3 miles in a day, that's a lot of running.
Evan, we got a season best. Or excuse me, looks like 5:27 on the mile for Susanna Rockers. Bridget Flynn took second, 5:28. And then Shaylin Coyle, third place, 5:48. So not a little bit slower time today, the cold air and all that. Mm-hmm. But it says SB next to the Susanna Rockers. So I don't know what.
I would imagine season best.
Season best for finish, I'm guessing. Maybe?
That's what I would assume as well. That's a safe. We'll say it's the season best. But, like you said, I honestly would agree with that statement. It's a little bit of the weather, I think you could argue. It's colder in the start of this season, and I think what ends up happening is as this season goes on, you see them continuing to get better and better just because it gets a bit warmer. And it's a bit easier to run in the warm. You don't want it too warm, obviously, but you want it enough where on a day like today, it's a little chilly. It's a little in your face. A day like we had the other day when we were doing baseball, 65, sunny, not very much wind. That's a great day, I would imagine, for running. Obviously, I would defer to one of the players on the track team here to tell me what their favorite running weather is. But
so we got LaCroix up ahead. It looks like, is that Thomas Romero from Norwood? His best is a 5:16. LaCroix's best is 5:09. We got Henrik Legers currently in third place. Love to see it.
Absolutely. You know, the thing here, too, is like we said about in the first mile with the girls, the big thing is can you keep just within enough of a distance? You know, you don't have to, you know, get in front of him right at the beginning, but the big thing is just can you keep a reasonable distance so when you have to finally turn on the jets, you can. You know, that's going to be the key here for all these endurance runners. Having enough in the tank at the end to get by. Susanna Rockers did it, and she shows there in that mile run where she took the win. So it looks like we're going to have the 4x100 after this. That's always a fun one, the relay.
Yeah. Well, they're spacing out well, so a lot of the people who did the mile to have some time. And we got Liam LaCroix in first place right now. So,
yeah, LaCroix is taking the thing. And now for him, for Westwood, I'll say the opposite of what I said. Obviously, if you're the guy in second place, you want to keep him at a distance. But if you're LaCroix, you know, can you find a pace that's good that'll, you know, kind of separate yourself from the pack without burning too much energy through? Because you know, you're kind of in that position. You're sitting there. You know that they're going to try to turn on the afterjets at some point here. That second place pack, though, has kind of all caught up with each other, though. So it's going to be a matter of, you know, do you have a teammate behind you? Now, I'm sure your teammate's still going to want to, you know, try to get first. You're, you know, as much as this is a team sport, it's also an individual sport. So you're not just competing with your guys, but you're competing against your guys, but you're competing with your guys as well. But for Liam LaCroix right now, just distance yourself from that pack. And he's done a good job of it, honestly. He's give or take.
He's
we'll get a good distance
right
aid.
now. Is this lap 3 or lap 2?
This is lap 3, and he's about 10 yards in front of him. I'm using yards. Apologies. I don't know meters that well, but he's about a good 10, 12 yards in front of second place here. So, you know, if you can keep that distance, it's going to be hard for Norwood here in second place to catch up on that fourth lap.
Holding on strong on the turn.
Some pump-up music here.
Yeah, you get the music going.
The 90.
They'll fire you
the
up.
90s Bulls music.
Yeah, I think it's being played on the field somewhere.
Yeah, they have some speakers down there. It's a good running song. What's on your, if you had a running play?
LaCroix, not even a sweat right now. This is just a warm-up. This is his warm-up for the 2 mile.
What's on your running playlist, Morgan?
Ooh.
If you had to run.
Ooh. I got all types of songs. You know, some pump-up, a little Eminem. You can't go wrong with Eminem.
No.
You know, Lose Yourself.
Good choice.
Bubba O'Reilly, you know, with from The Who.
Yep, it's a good one.
Because that's a nice long one. You know, before you know it, it's like 6 minutes, and you're like, all right, if you're running a 10-minute mile, you're 6/10 of the mile there. LaCroix holding on strong.
He's putting more distance
the American
on now.
flag over there on the far side, and he is passing the Brick High School exterior, and he's got some fans cheering him on as he is coming down towards the last turn. Norwood runner, though, coming on strong. Keep an eye over there. Something to keep a heads up on as Liam just took a quick look to see where the distance was between him and the second place runner.
Expect to see Liam turn on the jets here as
is
well.
Thomas Romero, and here comes Liam.
He has a great distance,
He took a quick look, too, on the watch, see how he's doing, and he is striding it out. This looks like a warm-up for the 2 mile. Very impressive effort from the senior.
That's all Liam needed.
Yep.
He'll take it.
And well done. Liam LaCroix taking first place in the mile. Thomas Romero taking second. And is this Coleman Hickey going to take third? Outstanding. And Henrik, good friend Henrik, taking fifth. Well done. Wolverines taking first and third.
And that helps the effort scoring-wise for the Wolverines. You know, you get 2 of your 3 places on the board, and that's huge.
Multi-talented Liam LaCroix. He can shred on the guitar.
Yep.
We saw him sell out Flay High Field this fall when
once again, what a
the
fun
band played. It was awesome.
What a fun environment to be in. You know, you have your football team here. It's senior night. You have a band on the field, live music, and a football.
Awesome.
We should have done like a Thanksgiving halftime show almost.
Liam as well, Eagle Scout.
Good for him.
He's an Eagle Scout. So bright future for Liam and his fellow Wolverines. So great showing in the mile for the girls and the boys. We will get back to the girls' results. Susanna Rockers, first place with a time of 5 minutes, 27 seconds. Bridget Flynn took second, 5 minutes, 28. Shaylin Coyle, third place with 5 minutes, 48. So the points, Westwood took 5. Norwood took second and third for a total of 4 points. And still waiting on the confirmation, official results from the boys.
I'm sure we'll get here momentarily, but the next event, I believe, is the girls 4x100. We see them getting set up. Looks like we're going to have 2 Westwood teams versus 1 Norwood team. And while we're looking at that time, we're going to also on the field see Paul Lilla, athletic trainer for the Wolverines. Good friend of the show as well. He might be a future guest on Westwood Living Sports Show at some point. We might have to get him on.
Absolutely.
Looks like we actually might have 3 Westwood heats here. I see a 3rd Westwood line in that 6th row, or 5th row, excuse me. So 3 Westwood rows and 1 Norwood row. I would say if I had to pick 2 events to run, it'd probably be the 100-meter dash, and I'd probably do the relay. That seems one of the more enjoyable events, one of my more favorite events here at track and field when we do these events, if I was running. And we are about to get underway here for the 4x100.
Yes, we are.
Row 2, Norwood. Rows 3, 4, and 5 for the Wolverines.
So Wolverines are in lane 3, 4, and 5. McGrail, Corrigan, Presley, Bohm in lane 3. Lane 4, Chevry Lodge, Redmond, Gerontitis, excuse me. And then lane 5, Zaneski, Cartagena, Vicarando, and Carey.
Well, lane 3 took off Morgan and threw one handoff, looking strong already. Norwood keeping close behind, though.
Oh, and great handoff for the Wolverines. And look at Norwood, too. Norwood outstanding there. It looks like Wood really picking up the speed for Norwood, and great.
This handoff's going to be key, and Norwood might have just gotten it there, but it's going to be close.
Avery Bohm.
Avery Bohm going to make it close.
Avery Bohm holding on strong. Can she get across the finish?
That's a photo finish.
That is close. Bohm and Ellie.
That's going to be too close to call from up here. I am not sure. It might be Norwood. Based on the celebrations, I would imagine it might be Norwood, but boy.
Incredible speed by Bohm.
Tenths of a second.
We've seen it on the soccer field, but here in a controlled environment where don't need to worry about the ball, just running ahead, outstanding speed.
It looks like I think it's going to go to Norwood here. We'll wait for an official result, but unofficially I think they might have just gotten a hair. Regardless, what a finish by Avery Bohm. Kept us into the very last second. And the next event we'll have is the boys 4x100. Looks like we're looking at 2 lanes right now, potentially a 3rd. I only see 2. So we have the Westwood lane and the Norwood lane. And this should be a good one. Yes, we're going to have only 2. We're only going to have 2 lanes here. the runners get set. A battle between Westwood and Norwood here, and they're off. Norwood getting a good start, but Westwood right behind him. It's always hard to tell in this corner, folks, because they have a staggered start in the corner. It's really these handoffs you got to really pay attention to. That's where you can make or break. You know, Westwood can gain great ground. Norwood can take away. They're going to keep it close. Westwood gaining here. Westwood's going to pass. This handoff's going to be crucial. And it looks like Norwood got the cleaner handoff there, but Westwood staying ahead. So it's going to be this final 100 meter. They kept it close. And it's a clean handoff for Westwood, and they take off. Oh, Norwood struggled with the handoff, and it's going to be Westwood all the way to the finish. A strong finish for Westwood. And that is all she wrote.
Charlie Jessup, the anchor. He ran through the finish line. He almost ran up to the St. Margaret Mary's.
He was running down High Street at that rate.
But, yeah, 109.
You know, what worked out for the Wolverines there was, you know, Norwood just fumbled that handoff at the end there, and that's where you could be made or break in the 4x100. You know, if you just miss that handoff just by a little bit, if it's not calculated, it can be the difference right there. And Charlie Jessup, a clean handoff, got it, took right off, and he didn't look back when he started running. So an impressive showing by the Wolverines there.
Absolutely.
And I'm not sure what the next event is. I don't believe it's a relay, but it could be it could just be the 400. No, we did the 400. Oh, it could be the 400 non-hurdles. So
the 100-meter hurdles? I think it might be maybe the 100-meter.
I don't see anyone. No, I see runners lining up down there. So I think we're going to have the 400.
The 400, okay.
First, and then I would imagine the 100-meter hurdles. It's usually spaced out. I think the 2-mile is usually the last thing we do, or the 800-meter. One of the two. Don't quote me on this, folks. I do not have a schedule in front of me. We're just going off of memory. But it looks like we're going to have the girls 400 here. 2 Westwood runners in lanes 3 and 5, 1 and 4 for Norwood. And it is a bit chilly here on this Wednesday here at Fly Field. 52 degrees. I'll get the weather report. Tomorrow, Morgan and I will be at girls lacrosse versus Franklin. Should be a fun one. Should be a rainy one. We have a little bit of rain forecasted for tomorrow.
Is that at Flayhive or at Multi?
Multi-purpose field. Good non-league matchup. 2 great non-league matchups for lacrosse this season. So we're going to have 2 runners for Norwood as well. 2 runners, 1 in lane 6, 1 in lane 4. And then Westwood lanes 3 and 5 for the 400 meters. So should be a good start. And actually 1 in lane 1 as well for Norwood. So 3 Norwood runners, 2 Westwood runners. And they're off. Once again, we'll not be able to really tell where they shake out until they round the corner. Westwood off to a great start, though. You can see their lane 3 passing already. Meanwhile, lane 5 for the Wolverines keeping up with lane 6. I don't have a roster in front of me, so apologies. Meanwhile, lane 3 is coming up on both of them, and Westwood's going to take a 2-runner lead here.
Looks like the 400 and Bannister in lane 3.
Lindsay Bannister, soccer star.
Perklovsky in lane 5 for Westwood.
You have to imagine Coach Lukash and Coach Mitchell for the soccer teams love seeing their guys running. Soccer's a very run-heavy sport, so they love to see their athletes staying active in the offseason.
Bannister's a sprinter, so the 400 is impressive that she's doing it.
Absolutely. And she took a resounding lead here in the 400.
She's striding it out. This looks easy right now.
Well, when you play midfield for the Wolverines soccer,
there's a lot of running.
There's a lot of running.
A lot of running. And Bannister going to take first place in 5 points for the Wolverines. And then taking third for the Wolverines, Sofia Perklovsky. So 6 total points in that heat for the Wolverines.
Norwood will finish 4th and 5th as well. But, yeah, like you mentioned, a lot of running in soccer. A lot of, I did soccer in middle school, actually. That was the only fall sport they offered at my middle school that wasn't cross country, so I did soccer. Played defense for Dedham Middle School. Wasn't very good, so there's not a continuation of that career. But, hats off to the soccer stars. Stamatako has had his sprint as well. Lindsay Bannister, we've called a couple other names as well. Staying active in the off season. It's something the coaches, I think, all love to see when their athletes are, doing other athletes, seeing other coaches, You shared it today, Morgan. I saw in your story, these multi-sport athletes are pretty successful. You shared, I think, Aaron Judge on your story. He was a multi-sport athlete, so, always good to get a variety of athletics in.
No question about it. I mean, different perspective, different coaches, different types of competitiveness.
Yep, different styles. It's great to learn. It's one of the benefits of doing high school sports that we've seen, and something I know we talk about a lot on our show is, it prepares you for being adult. A lot of these kids, a lot of the point of the sport is to prepare these kids for being adults. Going off into the work world, and what better way to do it? Learning from a lot of different people. You're going to meet a lot of people in your working life, so it's a great life lesson to learn. And I know these kids are all, working hard. So we're going to have the 400 for the boys here. Westwood in lanes 1 and 4. Norwood in the remaining lanes. And it looks like Westwood going to take a lead. Wow. Lane 4 already off to a strong lead for Shane McDonald.
The Torpedo. He got that nickname during the swimming season. We've got Roman Grilli and Antonio Pagnotti for the Wolverines. So Roman Grilli leading it right now for the Wolverines. Typically, you've seen him in the 400-meter hurdles. He's doing the 400 meters today, so a little bit easier for him, not having a hurdle over 4 hurdles.
It's going to be a close one here at the end. Norwood turned it on, but
we got a good battle going.
Really looks like he's going to keep up with him. It's going to be close to the end here.
Yeah. Grilli trying to close in. He putting up a good effort, trying to stride it out. It's getting close.
Another tie. I don't know.
Very close.
Norwood 3rd at the very least. 4th, Westwood 5th.
Very, very close.
And Norwood 6th. That's close. We're going to have to look to the time on that one. I can't tell based on any reactions out in the field. It's what gave it to us last time. But regardless, close.
No question about it.
We'll wait for an official time. And I know they just called the next event. I was not paying attention, so I do apologize.
I do not know. I think they're saying hurdles.
Hurdles, okay. Now that's an event I would mess up.
Yes.
And it's fast, but it's also a lot of precision. A lot of precision involved in that. You have to time it just right with your stride. It's not easy. And usually with the hurdles, we take a little bit of, this is sort of the halfway point for these teams. So we will take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have the 100-meter hurdle for you on Westwood Media Center coverage.
I grew up right here in Islington, wearing the green and white for Westwood High. And those years taught me that every role matters. The unsung heroes, they complete the team. And that's at the heart of Neroli. From the cooks, to the servers, to the dishwashers, we're a team, delivering authentic Italian dishes to our community. I'm proud to sponsor our hometown teams, every player grinding it out, because I've been there. Teamwork built me. It built Neroli, and it's building Islington. So come join us for dinner, and let's cheer on our teams together.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian. And Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care.
Just about to get underway here for the 100-meter hurdles.
In lane 3, lane 4, lane 5, we have Wolverines, and then lane, for heat 1. So lane 3, 4, 5. Madison Dufour, Caitlin Tignor, and Cartagena. Kalani Cartagena.
Westwood gets a great start there on the hurdles.
Absolutely. Looks like Caitlin Tignor.
Looks like it's going to be a Westwood 1-2 on the hurdles here.
So lane 5, that was actually Cartagena. Tignor takes second. So outstanding. Cartagena in first in lane 5. Caitlin Tignor in lane 4, first and second place, setting the tone for the Wolverines. And well done.
Yeah, great showing there. A couple of knockdown hurdles, though. I see in lane 5, actually. I count 2 and 3 actually misplaced, so could be going to the other Westwood runner if there's enough time penalties. Not too sure how that works, so I won't speculate too much until we get the official time. But something to be aware of is
we need someone to tell us how does that factor into the points, and we need to find Michael Mao who can do the math.
Absolutely. We were busy over the...
Is Mike Mao still here? I'd imagine he got some shots and then got to a warm area. He's not a big guy in the cold.
I'll keep an eye on him, but he was getting the VIP treatment earlier. He got a ride from
we got the best
assistant AD, Mike Rector, brought him to the field.
Yeah. Catching up with James Perry earlier.
Yeah.
We got the best seat in the house with the insulated press box.
Absolutely. We got a good view up here. You can see the entire field from here. You got a great view, like you said, insulated. We can close the windows. We do have to keep one open, unfortunately, for the camera, as you can tell. But, that's only really my suffering over here. You got the whole window over there. It's closed.
A little condensation.
Yeah, some bugs.
Some bugs.
We're used to that. I mean,
they could film a Bug's Life too in the up here.
They probably could, honestly.
It's a popular spot. Bugs come in here for the winter time.
The game I had to play the other day was the Hornets. That's more what I don't like. I don't like the Hornets up here. I can deal with the flies. That's fine. Whatever. Yeah. It's the Hornets I don't mess with.
Hornets are no fun.
Nope.
So looks like it's just going to be one heat for the girls. As they are updating the the hurdles now for the boys.
And it looks like it's also going to be just one heat for the boys as well. I only see 1, 2, 3, 4.
We got
5.
I have 6 on the on the computer. Schnatterly and Jessup for the Wolverines. Denzel Rowell, Thomas Reynolds, Anthony Diaz Oliveira for Norwood.
So, one heat each.
The favorite for this looks like it's Evan Schnatterly. He's got
he could take a
personal
second
best of 19.44.
Could take a second victory today here at
And there's a Norwood connection too with Schnatterly.
That's right.
His mother is a teacher at Norwood High School.
Involved with Norwood Community Media. Yes, yeah. Pam
she
Schnatterly.
Does not hold back with saying who her favorite student is, as it's our guy.
Yeah, absolutely. She came and visited, said hello during the Norwood broadcast, actually. Swung by, said hello, and checked out our setup when we were doing the live game. Because I believe Brian, when we did the basketball game, also hopped in the booth for a little bit. I don't think he stayed for the whole game. He was more I think, enjoying it as a fan.
He did. It was I believe it was a blowout for the boys. And
it was.
He did not like that the Wolverines were starting to get the better of Norwood.
No.
And they did this year. Hockey, 2 wins over Norwood, and it's been a bit. Last win the Wolverines had was the overtime win for Max O'Brien. Was that your first hockey game?
Not my first hockey game, but it was the first one that I think I definitely was like, okay, this is going to be something. We have something special brewing. That was what a game that was. I mean, overtime win versus Norwood, crosstown rival. It was tense the entire game. I think I remember out of that game the most was it's just both teams wanted it. They just wanted it. They wanted to get the better of the two. It was chippy. One of those games where both teams, you can tell there's a little more to it. It's more than just the game. Max O'Brien, what an overtime winner. And, we've been And we've been really fortunate every year so far covering that boys hockey team. We've gotten at least one overtime winner.
Yeah.
Last year we were really treated. We had a couple Nolan Lewis overtime winners.
Lewis versus Hoptown, right?
You and Michael McGrail were at that one versus Dover Sherborne.
Tom Nappy was a witness to that.
So it's always, this year I think we had a couple, didn't we? Had one.
We had Medfield.
Medfield, that's right. So we always get treated to one every year.
And then they went to overtime with Medway, but no goals.
Yep, that finished in a 4-4 tie. I believe the only tie in the season for the Wolverines boys hockey. But what a season they had, too. Continuing on the streak, as we
Final four.
mentioned, Final Four.
All Scholastic and Nolan Lewis.
We traveled with that team.
Matty Dunvan had a heck of a year.
And a lot of those guys, juniors. And that's the thing you're going to be looking for next year. A lot of returning guys for their senior year. Should be a fun season to cover. We got to travel, too, with that team. Went to Bourne. My first time on the Cape, as we've mentioned.
I think you're meant for the Cape.
I'm hoping to get back
Sometimes
down there
you go to
this
a
summer.
place, when you go to a place and you get a great memory,
Yeah.
you're like, all right, I'm always going to have a positive experience when I think of that place.
Hoping to get down there for a little bit this summer.
I mean, I told you beforehand, I go, this is a special place. When you go to Bourne, good things happen. And
Yeah.
did you get that feeling when you
The
came
bridge.
to that building? Yeah.
The bridge, you feel it.
The bridge, but you feel you're on an island.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you're on an island, literally.
Yeah.
And it's just a different rink. It's
Yep.
not one of those cookie cutter. We go to a lot of rinks, and there's a lot of kind of same architecture, same blueprint. That one's completely different.
It really reminded me of Memorial Gymnasium in Orono, Maine for the UMaine Black Bears boys and girls basketball team in the sense that everyone is sitting above the rink, and the rink is sitting down on another floor, essentially. It's the same way in Memorial Gymnasium. The basketball court sits in, we called it the pit, when the teams played their games at the pit, because it was like you're looking into a pit. It's the same feeling in Falmouth, and that's when you're playing in those games, especially if you're down there. I want to ask Mike Mao his opinion on this, but when you're down there and when you're in that type of style of seating, it feels different. You hear all the noise coming down on you. It has to be a different environment.
Louder.
I'd imagine it's different for the players as well. They're used to people at least being on the same level. There's fans sitting above you, but not as many as we.
Here we go. Boys underway here. As we mentioned, we got Schnatterly in lane 4. He's the favorite. He's off to a great start, but he's going up against a battle with Oliveira. Oliveira and Schnatterly coming down to the last few.
Schnatterly might have him.
Schnatterly going to get a couple steps in.
Oh,
and
that's
looks
close.
Very close.
I think Norwood got it there. Schnatterly
And Tim Jessup.
just didn't get it.
Tim Jessup hit the ground. Looks like he's okay. He's having a laugh. Love to see that. He's enjoying himself. Morgan Cox helping him get up. Love to see the teammates there. But we got to see what the official results are for that. It's going to take a little bit of time.
There is some movement on those hurdles, so, you never know. You never know because it was close. That's kind of what you have to look for. If there's any penalties, any time penalties. But Schnatterly, very close there. I think just if there are no penalties assessed to both, just lost by a nose.
I was wrong about the girls' 100-meter hurdles. It was Tignor who took first place, not Cartagena. Cartagena did not. She was not part of the 100-meter hurdles. Madison Dufour took second, and in third place was Norwood Shannon Brent for the 100-meter hurdles. So apologies to Caitlin. Had her as second, I believe, but she took first. And we're going to wait on the results for the boys. It was a close as they come finish. And we already got results, Evan.
Excuse me.
My goodness, it was 0.10 of a second. Anthony Diaz Oliveira took first with a time of 18.94. Schnatterly second, 19.06.
0.08. That's close.
Yeah, 0.08 of a second. Excuse me.
But still, I mean, Schnatterly, you can kind of tell by his reaction to it at the end. I think he knew he just got beat. But there's nothing to be ashamed of that performance. That's close. When you're at hundredths of a second at that point, for both runners, it could go either way at that point. It's the flip of a coin who gets there. So, what a performance, though, by Schnatterly. It's a little bit of back and forth, too. And initially, Norwood got the better of the start. And then Schneiderly, during the hurdles, actually was able to take the lead.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
yeah.
Had the opportunity, Evan, last night to go into Boston University, and it was awesome. Don
Right.
Varner was playing in the first round of the playoffs versus Lehigh for their conference playoffs, excuse me. And, they fell short, unfortunately, in overtime, but it was awesome to see Don Varner, and he is a heck of a player. He played a big-time game, only a captain as a junior. It's pretty remarkable, what these kids are doing out of Westwood High School. And then today, got word that friends of the Wolverine Report, Ava Connaught and Lil Hancock, first team all-conference for the MAC.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, good things happen when you come on the podcast. You become
Absolutely.
all-conference.
And was that announced today?
That was announced today.
And I believe also, I think I saw your post, Lil Hancock celebrating a birthday
It's her
recently?
birthday today, yes.
Well, happy birthday, Lil.
Yeah.
It could be announced all conference as well. What
Yeah,
a birthday
that's
gift
a
you
good
can get.
gift. Yeah.
So, but obviously you go back to that. A lot of Westwood alumni doing big things outside of Westwood. When they, leave the neighborhood, they go out and go do big and great things. And, it's great to highlight those kids doing those things. Don Varner and captain as a junior, 2 all-MAC conferences for UMass Amherst in Connaught and Hancock. So, overall, it's something that we love to highlight. We could name a laundry list of kids who have left Westwood High School recently who have gone to do big things. Joe Vinci playing for Notre Dame football.
Yeah.
And even if you're not in Division I, Division II, a lot of big athletes doing big things across all the universities and going on and just, representing Westwood as the best they can. So it's great to see. But congratulations to Lil and Ava for all MAC and Don Varner for getting a win first round, correct?
No, they lost in
They did? Oh,
overtime.
okay.
Don Varner was second team All-Patriot League.
So, but congratulations to him. I know they're looking to build on that as he looks to go into his senior year.
So what do we got here? Is this the 2-mile?
I know this is the
800?
I believe the 800. Yes.
Okay.
So this will be 2 laps,
Yes.
It-
Girls 200 meter check-in. Last call, girls.
and then we'll have 200 meters after this. But Westwood going to take a lead here, followed by 1 Norwood and then 3 Westwood runners. So Westwood have a strong top 5 right now.
We got some usual suspects. Haley Cashman.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if Susanna Rockers is running this. She won the 1 mile. That's a lot. I mean, this might be more gruesome on the legs, is doing the 800 and the 1 mile. You're kind of using different muscles versus the 1 mile and the 2 mile.
Yeah, well, the thing, too, is, I think this is a bit more, it's not like a full endurance run where you kind of have to pace yourself. There's a little bit of a speed aspect to this as well because it's not a full 4 laps where you have the time to endure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like you said, it gets hard right around, that's in that last lap. It's a little different because you're going a little faster, but right now, Westwood taking a commanding lead.
We got both Cashman sisters there. We got Emily Cashman as well. They are very talented. Their father, Hall of Famer, Hall of Fame track runner, ran at Providence, I believe. Uncle is a coach over in Walpole, I believe, for cross country. Cashmans are big-time names in the town of Westwood when it comes to cross country. And guess what? Haley and Emily are absolutely outstanding runners as well. They are every bit as impressive as their family.
I believe their father was also at the golf tournament this past week.
He was a raffle winner.
Yeah, I was going to say, he won a raffle.
Yeah.
Snapped a photo of him as...
Oh, folks, we got a special guest walking in as Haley Cashman adding to her lead. Absolutely impressive start for Haley Cashman. And Haley Cashman on the last turn. We got Henrik Lagers and we got Liam LaCroix in the booth right now. They had a very impressive effort in the 1 mile.
Yep,
That was
good to be
outstanding.
back.
Good to have you, fellas. How we doing?
We are doing great. Just had a successful 1 mile.
Yeah.
Liam LaCroix taking the win.
Yes, very impressive.
Big
as
moment.
Cashman finishing strong with a big lead.
Wow.
Right in 2:27.
Outstanding. Coming in second place, Norwood will take 3 points, and then
Oh, battling it out for
we got a little
third.
battle. Sullivan and Cashman, Emily Cashman, Colleran as
Cashman
well.
takes third.
And Cashman takes third. That's always the awkward of All right, are we going to run together, or who's
Yeah.
going to take that? Who's going to try and come across the finish line?
I think Owen's going to try and win it for us.
Owen is fired up. You know what? I talked to Jaden Pollard, and it sounds like both of them are running the 800.
That's
today.
right.
That's going to be a battle.
And this is like a short distance guy and a long distance guy meeting in the middle. Let's see who
exactly.
can take it.
It's like a lion versus a cheetah.
Yep.
You know, a lion and a tiger, excuse me, would be a better. You know,
Yeah.
but that's it's what I love about that matchup is it's not exactly their strengths.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the strength for Owen, I'd say, is the 2 mile.
That's right.
And the strength for Jaden is the 400.
Or the 200.
Yeah, the 200 too.
Either one will work.
Or the 300. Is that the indoor one?
Yeah.
Yep.
300? Yeah.
Very good at 300.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the short ones.
Yeah.
I was telling Evan, I think after what you guys are striding it out like it was nothing. I go, my heart rate would be a buck 90 on on lap 3 if I made it. You guys didn't even look like you were sweating.
It gets up there, though.
It does.
For sure. Like, I was hitting about 188 on the last lap in the mile.
So we're going to go to the results. So we're going to click into the 1 mile since we got the guys up here in the booth. And, you know, this is what's awesome about live, you know, even though we're not live, but having guys live to field some questions. So Liam, impressive time, 5:18.26.
Yeah.
And then Thomas Romero, you got to give him credit. He was holding strong. I saw you look a couple times. You know, talk about when do you make that look just to see kind of, you know, on that last lap where you are space-wise.
It kind of, I hear footsteps behind me.
800 is off.
If I hear, like,
Yep, and the 800 is off for the boys.
Pollard going
they're
up
opening
fast.
very fast.
There we go. Pollard taking a quick lead, and right behind him is the
Yep.
coach.
We knew Pollard was going to open fast. We
Yeah.
just got to see if he's going to be able to hold on because Owen's probably going to be holding a steadier pace.
See, Owen strikes me as a guy who he goes on strong towards the end. You
That's
know,
true.
being
For
a
sure.
long distance runner, you know, he used kind of a math guy, I feel
Yep.
like.
Definitely. Engineering major.
But a strong start for Pollard.
So, Liam, tell us again, where do you look behind yourself to see your positioning?
I think right about the 200 mark,
Yeah.
I would do that. And then, again, if I hear someone footsteps behind me, means they're pretty close usually.
Yep.
And we knew you had a good lead, too, because you were checking the watch, too.
Yes.
So that's usually a good sign. If you're checking the watch,
Pollard goes through, don't have the exact time, but I'm guessing close to 60. Coachy likely 62, 63.
so pretty much guaranteed Wolverine's going to take 5 and 3 points here.
Yeah.
That is right. And Coleman looking very good.
So when you see this, does that fire you up knowing, all right, cool, this is a good chunk of points right here?
Definitely.
It does.
Yeah.
All right,
Pollard
Pollard,
coming on
5/8 through
strong.
the way. How much longer can he hold it?
So let's keep an eye on Coachy,
Now, Pollard has run the 600 in the winter. He can hold a steady pace.
and that's good for training, you know, when you have that extra, you know, reserve muscle-wise. But Coachy is a guy that is, you know, rolls out of bed and he could do a 5K in
Yep.
under, you know, 20-something minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Is he doing under 20?
Under
Oh.
17.
Yeah.
Under 7? Okay,
yeah.
yeah. Look at me. I got to brush up.
17. Yeah.
But my goodness, Jaden Pollard coming on strong. He hasn't seemed like he slowed down a bit
Nope.
either.
And
Nope.
last 100 still holding
I
on.
think you got sub 2 in him.
I think this will be close to 205, but we'll have to
Tough
wait
day,
for the
though,
results.
guys. The weather. Is that
Yeah.
an impactful?
Definitely.
Because we saw Susanna Rockers and Bridget Flynn, who are two of the best in the TVL, and they were off by like 20 seconds of their best. And
Yeah,
it
well-
seemed like probably, you know, kind of the weather.
I was off by about 10 seconds in the mile.
Yeah,
So,
that's not bad.
Yeah. But definitely when it's warmer, like you feel more like, it's, you know,
Well,
biological, right?
It's
like
in the
you're-
big meets,
yeah.
people will.
Here comes Strupka coming
Oh,
on strong. Is
Strupka with the-
Strupka going to get there?
Oh, my-
He's putting on the Jets.
Oh, right.
Oh, man.
Just short, but a good effort.
Got to
by
give a
Jack.
shout out to Strupka.
Most
So-
improved player, winter track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was doing winter track, and he was
was.
also a hockey team manager.
That's right.
So he didn't have too much time on his hands. He must have got an early decision college-wise. and was like,
Northeastern.
oh, okay, that ought to do it. Where he's like, all right, I'm gonna have a fun winter. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
involved.
Right.
So Liam LaCroix, Henrik Lagers, Morgan Donahue, Evan Cardamino on camera, and this is senior night for your Westwood Wolverines boys and girls track, guys. Being senior night, culminating on the last 4 years. What does a day like today mean to you? We'll start with you, Henrik.
For me, it's just being able to fulfill the role that all the captains for me have in the past, where
Yeah.
I was welcomed into this team. And I mean, I was never very fast. even now, some of like the freshmen, sophomores will beat me on occasion. I mean, Coleman just beat me by a few seconds, but it's about the attitude you bring, and people really respect you for it, and you want to teach them that hard work is valued.
And a question for you guys. Both teams have had, some tough losses.
Yep.
Talk about the culture and being there for your teammates and support during tough time, as Norwood going through it just as the same as Westwood.
Yeah.
I mean, winter track, we had a hard time. I mean, we had our best field guys were doing other things. And this spring we came back. We were able to, get guys like Keelan, Mirage.
Yep.
Who else? Morgan, great thrower.
My goodness.
Monahan was indoor as well.
He threw a 52, 53-foot shot put.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Pretty crazy.
Very close to the school record.
It's just a mix of very good technique and very good
He's
strength.
He's very strong.
Yeah.
He's making the namesake proud.
Oh, yeah.
As Evan was saying the same for his namesake and Evan Schnatterly.
Yeah. Yeah, Evan taken first. That was a good race.
Yeah, he looked great in the 400-meter hurdles, which is interesting because I was expecting to see Roman, and it seems like he's moved on to the 400.
Yeah.
So is that kind of where he will look?
Roman's like a Swiss Army knife. Coach wants him doing everything. High jump, long jump, 400. Maybe put him in the hurdles again if we need it.
Is he, so at this point, is he being positioned in certain things for points and or what would you say his strengths are? Is he aligned on those events where he's like, this is his absolute fastball?
If we need the points, we're going to put him in 400 hurdles.
Yep.
Yeah.
And, of course, you can do either 2 track in 1 field or 2 field in 1 track. So we'll put him in some of the jumps, definitely.
Yeah.
We could even squeeze him into the mile if we had to.
If we had to.
Are you
But
kidding
Coach
me,
just
in the
wants
mile?
to Coach just wants
We
to
had
put
to.
him into like whatever's going to develop him the best. He's
Yeah.
a great talent.
I mean, he's doing something right because I got to say, I didn't have on my radar that the 4x4 team would do what they did last year.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they shocked the world. And rightfully so. But they didn't shock themselves. They certainly knew what they were capable of. But, a lot of injuries and stuff being battled. And by the time the state championship came by, my goodness, they were aligned. They were firing on all
Very
cylinders.
impressive race. And we have results for the 800. Jaden Pollard, narrowly under 202. Wow. 201.94. That is very fast. Owen Kochi with a PR, just above 210. Still a very impressive time. 210.45. No doubt being right behind Jaden helped him out.
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen this weather isn't prime for PRs, but Owen, I believe, by
what's
around
PB?
2 seconds.
Is that personal best?
Personal best.
Yeah.
It's just
So what's the difference
all
between
changed.
that and
PR?
Personal record. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no difference.
Yeah.
It's just
is personal best on the season?
no. It's just the different websites use different.
It's a synonym for itself.
So PB is like a personal record.
yeah, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
What about SB? We saw SB.
Season best. That's-
Okay, so Susanna Rockers had the S. So let's talk about her real quick. The mile, she won it. When we
That's
talk about
right.
how impressive she is, she can do the mids. She can do the 400 hurdles.
Of
She can do a
course.
sprint if
Right.
we've seen. But for her to win the mile versus the TVL Invitational winner and Bridget Flynn, that's got to be an impressive win.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely
Absolutely.
preparing for that. Bridget Flynn, probably the strongest talent on the Norwood team.
Turkey
right now.
trot. She was a turkey trot winner too.
That's right. Me and Liam were in
Were
that
you guys
race.
in that as well?
We were.
I
yeah.
think.
Yeah.
I think she beat
And
me.
their
Liam
times,
might
by
go.
the way,
I think-
are pretty
yeah.
impressive. So their personal
Yeah.
bets
She-
are like around
she
518.
beat me and Henrik,
Yeah, I was going to say their personal bets are around like 518. So what do we got going on now here? Is
200.
This the 200? Okay.
Girls 200.
So we got some sprints going on. Here comes Layla.
All right.
Layla, Lindsay,
Layla's
and
had
Maeve.
a great jump
And
since
Lindsay,
winter
yep.
track.
And we got Maeve Gavin out there as well.
First race back for Maeve from February, I believe.
So Maeve, the state champ. Lindsay Bannister, multi-sport athlete.
And Layla taking a big lead,
Yeah.
and it looks like Westwood's going 1, 2, 3.
Very good
That is
stuff.
great.
That is great stuff. That is point accumulation there. And good to
That's
see
right.
Maeve Gavin.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's another person who's run everything from 200 to the 2
Oh
mile.
my gosh, she might go down as one of the most decorated track and field runners in Westwood history.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you look at all the state championships that she has accumulated as a relay, as individual, and then you throw that
Cross country.
in there. I mean, talk about that. Did you guys know how much talent that cross country team had two years back?
10th grade. There was
It's incredible. Like
10th grade. There was not that much. You remember there was Maeve. There's great leadership, Alyssa Molinar, Tiernan Mullen's sister.
Tiernan.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And we had
Mullins.
a few like injury problems, and then 1 year it just changed. Like 11th grade, they came in. The freshmen were good. It was all the girls in our grade were in their prime, and that was just an incredible thing to witness.
Actually, an important aspect about that year's team was that there was almost no seniors on the team, so the team stayed the exact same the next year.
Yeah.
Here we go, Heat 2.
Got to develop together.
We got Westwood, and Westwood.
That's a great showing for you too.
Yep.
Yeah. I think also it comes down to team culture as well. I think that for them, it was just, exactly like a family.
Yeah.
I mean, they got people to join cross country. Like, that is not an easy task to do.
from
That
other
is-
sports.
I gotta mention that because they get athletes from other sports too.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily, the recruiting seems easy because they're all best friends. So it's like they became very close during cross country, and you can see like a athlete like Elise Boger. It's tough for her to play basketball because she's probably missing some of her friends.
Right.
Yeah.
But she's right back at it in the springtime, and got to give her credit. I mean, she was, what she did, taking on cross country and she's turned into a fantastic cross country runner. And I think she was more on the track side before joining cross country.
Right.
When people get a taste of the winning, and
They're in. It's like the mob.
Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah.
Here comes Heat 3. Westwood holding on strong. Norwood
this is
as
a
well.
close one.
This is a very close one.
Right down to the wire.
Westwood
Oh wow, striding out.
still striding it out.
I think they
And
took.
I don't even know if
I think they
could-
took that one.
I think,
I think Westwood took that one.
yeah, absolutely. That was well done.
Yeah.
But the girls, like, they have their own social media account.
Yeah.
They're having a lot of fun. It's hysterical. They know how to, they know how to flip the switch when it comes to the meet and get dialed, and they also know how to have fun memories and go to Chick-fil-A. That seems to be the popular place for you guys. Post meet and whatnot. Really, really cool culture that you guys have set.
Yeah.
And another heat. I think this is Heat 4.
That's right.
We're seeing 4 Mustangs to 1 Wolverine. Some good numbers today.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing some good numbers in the 100, and now the 200.
Oh yeah, people love the sprints.
Yeah.
No.
Some good support from team members adjacent to the track as their friends and teammates finishing strong. So it looks like that may have been the last heat for the girls. We'll have to confirm.
Yeah.
But I do have the computer up, which I'm getting smarter, guys.
Might
now
be
with
one more.
with this website.
Yeah,
of
they got
theirs,
one more heat of girls, 200.
So we're going to go to the girls' Heat 1 results. Layla Elliott Lewis, 27.71, taking first place, 5 points.
Very
Lindsay
good.
Bannister, second place, 29.52. Maeve Gavin taking third, 29.56.
Get to see anything under 30, so that is.
Yeah, very impressive. 3 under 30. There comes the Wolverines coming on strong in the inside lanes. Lane 1. Pushing the pace, doing outstanding.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Coming on strong, too.
Good,
And
like
we got
20-meter
Wolverines
gap
1,
there.
2, 3. Very impressive. And that was awesome. So, I mean, the tone was set for the 200 when Heat 1. Elliott Lewis, Bannister, Gavin, 1, 2, 3. And there's some good runners on Norwood. Sydney Cochran, who we called her name earlier, she had a personal best in the 200 and was fourth place. So that's pretty impressive by the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Now the boys getting ready. So who do we keep an eye on for the boys in the 200?
Norwood, their key sprinter Mike Dujour, LaSalle University committed. I'm not sure if he's out there right now.
I see he's got a personal best, 22.97.
Yep, anything under 23, incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
So, who else do we have out here?
For Westwood,
I'm seeing
Nico
Nico
Castaldini,
Castaldini.
of course.
That's a big one.
I'm seeing Tino Giannopoulos. Is he out there today?
He was struggling with a bit of an injury first few weeks of the season. He might be back.
Okay. And I see Ellis Kalawa.
Of course.
Tino Giannopoulos. He is 1/4 of the state championship relay team.
Yep.
Were you guys at the football game last year where he had the 75-yard kickoff return versus Ashland, changed the game?
No,
don't
but
believe I was.
did see that on Westwood Media Center.
Did you? Yes.
I'm most proud of him for doing cross country.
Yeah.
You know,
that was a tough decision to make.
he definitely,
He's a football
you know,
guy. That was.
Yep.
And you know what? That's not easy on that body.
No.
You know, he does not have a cross country. He's got a speed body.
He ran pretty well though.
He did.
He did pretty well. I mean, you know, he definitely. I don't think he was super psyched about it at first, but you know, he
We
warmed
didn't even know
up
if he
to
was
it.
actually going to join the team until a week after the season started.
I think he was ready to do football.
Yeah.
And the boys are underway.
Nico Castledini
Castledini,
opening up.
Lane.
Castledini on the inside lane, 3 Norwood runners on the outside. Norwood runners with some speed. We saw these guys earlier.
That's
They were
right.
impressive in the 100.
I believe it's Dujour in lane 3.
Yes, lane 3
Oh,
is
yeah. Impeccable
Mikel
form.
Dujour.
Great form.
Maldonado in lane 2. My goodness, these guys are speedsters. Castledini
And Nico right
going to take
behind.
3rd in lane 1.
All right.
Very impressive heat.
Yeah.
Boys and girls,
Now, question for you guys. I mean, I'm on the outside. I'm a Wolverine. I bleed green. But when I see Wolverines in nationals, you know, can't help but be proud. When we saw the 4x8 medley? Is that what they call it for the girls? Is that the event they ran? It was basically 4 different distances.
Oh,
Layla
right.
started.
The SMR.
And then seeing Jaden for the boys. And I think Emily had nationals for individual as well. But when watching that, when watching your peers, when watching your teammates, how proud are you to see them on the national stage?
Yeah, I mean, that's cool. I mean, that's the thing that most serious high school track athletes will go out and watch the New Balance Nationals. Yeah. That's like the equivalent of being on kind of like Sports Center top 10, I guess. Yeah. But to make it to nationals, you get that backpack for free.
Yeah. Right.
There's
or
Olympians there.
And if you volunteer, you get a free pair of shoes.
That's true.
You know,
there's Olympians there. There's gold medalists there. How cool is that? So we got
great.
Heat 2 underway.
And you know, speaking as somebody who's volunteered at the nationals, it's really just amazing to see all that talent in one place. You know, it's really
they're all over the country too.
Yeah.
People coming from California.
It's mind blowing.
And here we go, coming down the straightaway.
Peter Roll, lane 2.
The outside lanes holding strong.
Right
lane
there.
1 and lane 7. Or, excuse me, lane 6. But Westwood finishing strong in lane 2.
All right.
Westwood taking 2nd. That is a great finish for the Wolverine in lane 2, as it was lane 1 and lane 6 that were pushing the pace.
Yep. Do you see what time the 2 miles started?
Yes. So the 2 mile looks like that's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 mile,
Right.
and they're gonna start over here, right?
Yes.
So it looks like maybe one more heat. For,
Me and Liam are both in that race. So
Are you okay?
Yes.
So what's let's talk through it, guys. What's going through the mind right now? What's the mental
Coach
prep?
told me just treat it as a workout.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So
trying to go in low stress here.
Yeah. What's the time? I'm gonna write down the time right now. So
Well, if I could go under.
what's the goals here? So we'll start, Liam. What's your goal?
If I could hit around 11:35, I'd be pretty happy with that.
11:35?
After a mile.
All right, we're writing that down. And then
as close as I
Henrik?
can get to 12.
all right.
Probably it will be around 12:20.
Yeah.
But
All
we'll
right.
see.
We're gonna we might have to use this as a social media clip, boys,
Yeah.
as we'll make a reel out of it.
Right.
Ah.
my strategy is always to open slow and then negative split. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Faster second mile.
Now, who do we got competing with you guys? So I'm looking right here. It looks like
So
Cameron
Owen
Shaw.
Cochie's in the 2 mile. Cameron Shaw, of course, he's
Yeah.
the short Norwood freshman. I've run with him a lot in the past year.
Yeah.
Pretty good talent. Once he grows a little, he'll be a real
Yeah.
threat to the TVL.
Romero seems like a pretty
Yep.
good runner. Saw him.
Romero is
Yeah.
a great runner. He also another Norwood runner we've run with a lot. Very talented freshman.
Was he part of the turkey trot?
He was.
Yes.
Both of them were actually.
I think we got to get a squad for the turkey trot next year.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everyone back from college and everything.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, boys, tell the Westwood community where will you be heading next year? Liam, we'll start with you.
I'm going to UMass Amherst.
There we go.
Yeah.
I'll probably see you out there. I go out there to see my niece play lacrosse.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a great spot. Great school.
Yeah.
Majoring in what?
Kinesiology.
Oh, okay.
Study of human movement.
Yeah. So you want to be athletic trainer or rehabilitationist or
Something like that. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then,
And then are you going over to Europe?
I am. I'm going to Finland, University of Helsinki.
Look at you. Are you bringing the cello with you?
I will. I might get a new one because to buy another, you got to buy another seat for the cello. So
Yes, you do. So you might as well make it worth it, right?
Might.
Like I remember getting the Bach trombone back in the day, and felt like the big dog.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, now no more Yamaha. I got the Bach. And here's the last heat.
All right, then that is our signal to head over
All
for
right.
the 2 mile. We'll be back afterwards for the 4x4.
Sounds good. Guys, best of luck. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you in a little bit. I mean, Evan, where else can you find where you can interview runners in the middle of their race and they're heading down to go run their 2 mile, which is going to be grueling. So,
Yeah.
I mean, mentally preparing for that. That is pretty impressive.
Absolutely, and it's a fun part about track. We get to speak to the actual track athletes during the meet. It's one of the few sports where we don't really get to get a little live interview essentially, see the mental beforehand. But yeah, I think we have, like they said, 2 more events today. I think the 2 mile and then the 4x400 rather. So 2 more events for the Wolverines to finish strong here today. You have the source, so you might know better than I do.
Yeah, I got to see what else. It's a good question. So it looks like we got a 4x4 and the 2 mile.
Yeah, I know my track.
Or the 4x1. 4x1. No, excuse
No,
me,
4x4.
4x4.
Yeah.
4x4. Let's see who's on the 4x4 team here today.
I know.
Looks like McDonald, Grilly, Tino Giannopoulos, Pollard.
I believe the 2 mile they will do both boys and girls, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
because that is a longer,
Less traffic.
less traffic, a little longer of an event.
Yeah. Yeah, 10 minutes.
Yep, will be
10 minutes for the fast for Owen.
Right,
You know?
when we one of those ones where we kind of just lock in, get comfortable for this one. It's 8 laps.
The grueling 2 mile, 10 minutes.
And 2 mile 10 minutes is impressive. I'd
Oh my goodness, yeah. Be happy to. That's what I average.
be happy for a mile.
Yeah, I was gonna say on a nice day, there's probably no better view to cover track than on top of the roof here at the press box.
Yeah. No, I mean we have a great view. We can see the whole field essentially. You
Yeah.
know, I mean if we were up on the roof, it was a little warmer today. Probably even be even better. But
Is there electricity on the roof?
no, there's
No.
not. You'd have to run a cable up through the.
I would
thing,
say that
but-
probably the perfect setup is up top with a tarp under you.
Yeah.
They had that at Curry for the girls soccer state championship. And here we are, folks, 2 mile.
We have
We've got boys and girls.
lined up.
So as you mentioned, for the boys, Owen Kochi, Henrik Legers, Liam LaCroix. And just 3 minutes ago, Henrik Legers and Liam LaCroix were in there, and they're tying their shoe. They're not in there yet. Liam trying to get in there now.
Just getting, like you said, just getting his shoes tied, ready to go.
Yeah, I don't see Henrik yet. Is Henrik
I
in
see
there?
Henrik. He's at the right on the edge of the track, I believe. I think
That's Liam.
that's Liam. Oh.
Yeah, where's Henrik?
No,
Oh,
not off
look
the
at Henrik.
track.
Here he comes. Look at Henrik. He's like, oh, no. Here he comes sprinting. So we're going to see Shaylin Coyle, Bridget Flynn, Emma Flanagan for Norwood, and Karen Gorman, Kara Sullivan for the Wolverines, Kira Shee, and Elise Boger for the 2 mile. It's going to be a good matchup. Elise Boger took, I think she was second for the Wolverines in the TVL Invitational. And we got Bridget Flynn again. And this is Bridget's, I think, specialty. She did the mile earlier, but she is good at the 5K. So this is closer to the 5K, obviously, with the 2 miles than the 1 mile was. And we are underway. So Bridget Flynn, her best time is 11 minutes, 19 seconds, which is right up there with Liam. So that's, as we mentioned, one of the best in the state.
Absolutely. And, 11 minutes and 2 miles is quite impressive, but, this is an endurance race, but, we talked to Liam and Henrik, they said their thing today was making sure it's more of a, a neck workout. But I imagine part of that's just saying, hey, you don't want to push yourself too hard. You want to keep the pace, set a pace, and just settle into this thing. It's going to be a long one. It's 8 laps around this field. That first lap always feels the quickest, I would imagine. And,
that's.
This pack will, kind of widen out eventually. What's fun, too, is you see some, kind of the field jumbles and everyone gets spread out, and you're kind of just running your own race. At that point, you're just kind of in your own zone.
That was classic, seeing Henrik literally 20 seconds before it starting, realizing that the race was about to start, and he still had his sweatshirt on, and he wasn't on the track yet.
Yeah.
So a big lead after lap 1 for Owen Kochi. LaCroix in second, and Bridget Flynn right behind LaCroix.
Impressive. Both leaders for boys and girls taking impressive leads early.
Yeah.
And that's what we expect. Owen Kochi on an island all by himself at this point. And like we said, just kind of running your race,
Yep.
Find your pace, find your groove, hit your strides, and settle in for a 2-hour race.
Coach feeling good early here as he's taking the turn to the straightaway to finish his second lap.
See a pack sort of forming behind him as well.
Pack mentality right behind him.
Good
And
distance.
Coach taking a quick look.
Knowing that he can kind of settle in here.
It's always interesting, because Flynn is looking to try and pass on the outside. So Flynn is passing on the outside. And she'll take third overall right now.
Looking to take second, too, while she's at it.
Looking to get up to, and I mentioned, her and LaCroix have similar personal bests.
She'll settle back into fourth for the moment, but expect a little back and forth there. Maybe she's looking to get past him here, actually, in those corners. Meanwhile,
it's not easy to do on the turns to go on the outside. You're putting in more work than the person on the inside.
Right. You want to try to get that inside line if possible, especially in these endurance races, because it's a shorter distance. I mean, granted, in this type of thing, you're not adding, you're adding feet, but every little bit counts. So if you can get on the inside there, shortening your distance just a little bit.
Comes Kochi, the pride of Fisher Street in the maze. It's our second Fisher Street call out today.
Yeah.
Lucas Rizzi, the first one.
But Kochi has quite a lead. The runners are just starting to round the third turn on this track here. And
And the pack holding strong.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 in the pack.
Checking in on them here as we enter, I believe we're on lap
There's Henrik.
3 or 4. Starting lap 4, I believe. I've lost track, so.
This is lap 3 laps down now on lap 4.
Westwood boys 4x4.
4x4 being called. That's always a fun finish to these races.
So as Owen Kochi continues to build a lead. Quite impressive.
He's been doing it for some time. The senior. He's been an asset for the Wolverines.
Absolutely.
Can't tell you how many articles we wrote in the cross-country season. Kochi takes first. Kochi gets a PR. Kochi leads the Wolverines. He was the top finisher for the Wolverines in the cross-country invitational.
Taking another look actually behind him, see where everyone's at.
Pack is still holding strong.
They are. I mean, you got to give them credit. They're only about, if we look here, he's just entering the straightaway there, but they're rounding that fourth corner, and they're coming on strong. And
Coach is confirming what lap this is. So this is the mile. He's going to finish his first mile here, and then on to lap 5. Finishing 4, starting lap 5.
Westwood holding 1 and 2 right now, and second place starting to put a little distance. Liam LaCroix putting a little distance on the 2 Norwood runners right there.
Yep, that pack widening a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like the marathon when you see those packs for miles and miles and miles.
Well, yeah, that's what you typically see too. Right now, Coachy, I think the thing too is he enters his second mile, looking to just keep adding to his lead, pacing himself, finishing strong here. But there's a couple packs that are broken out. You have the pack up front directly behind
There's
Coachy.
another pack, yeah.
And you have a pack right in front of us consisting of Elise Boger and one other runner.
Kirchi with a big lead for girls and taking second place right now.
But Owen Coachy has separated himself from the pack.
Yeah. He's been doing this for a while. He is very comfortable running by himself because there's not too many people that can keep up with that pace.
No. But yeah, just to show a little bit of distance there, you can see Owen Coachy at the bottom of your screen on the right-hand side, and there is Liam LaCroix.
Coachy going to finish lap 5. As LaCroix striding out down the straightway. Bridget Flynn holding on strong. My goodness, such an impressive runner.
Absolutely, right now.
And Flynn is passing. So Flynn is in solo third, boys and girls. She is looking to close in on LaCroix.
Yeah, go look at that matchup for a second right now, and it's still close. But like you said, both these Norwood runners, as the Norwood boys runner takes the lead back, but not by much. It's close between the two of them, and
Flynn.
she's looking to try to do it again.
Do it again.
I believe she has the outside still, but she's done that on the outside twice
That's
now.
a
Look at her
battle
doing it
going
the third
on.
time.
That's a Mustang on Mustang battle going on. But you know what? That's 2 people pushing each other to their very best right now.
Bridget Flynn looks like she's right now has it just by a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think she's on the inside now, actually. I think she's gotten that inside track, which
Back
is
and forth. Looks like
helpful.
Romero taking the lead on that.
Romero has it again. Meanwhile, Liam
LaCroix striding it out as Coachy finishing his 6th lap. 2 laps to go for Coachy. And shortly, 2 laps to go for LaCroix. LaCroix said he would like to be at 11:35. Henrik said 12:20. So we'll see how close they are to their goals.
LaCroix starting to make a couple passes there. And Coachy rather.
Yeah.
Now, Coachy does not look tired, and that's what's really impressive about this run. Is he does not look at the least bit winded. He's maintaining his pace. He's making great time. Definitely could see a sub 12 run here for him. I would imagine probably pushing the 11-minute mark.
These laps are getting quicker and quicker for him.
So he'll be at 2 to go as he rounds by the start-finish line this time by.
Well, it'll be 1 lap after
One
this.
lap, excuse me.
So this is going to be lap number 7 for him. He looked up the seagull real quick, making sure there's no deposits coming his way.
Nope. I would imagine that would probably throw you off a little bit.
So here we go. Coachy on his last lap. Last lap for Coachy. Going to be the last lap for LaCroix. And LaCroix getting feedback from Ed Lyons, telling him where he's at. Giving him feedback on where he's at and getting him fired up for that last lap.
Absolutely. But Owen Kochi here as he enters the final turn of this 8-lap race. And it's been all him today in this 2-mile race.
Yes, it has.
And
Start
he hasn't
to finish.
Still hasn't slowed down.
Nope.
Actually, you know, he probably has enough energy to put a little last lap finish here. And
That's why I was waiting on that 800, figuring he was going to put that in a gear. But his gear is a long-distance gear.
Yep.
And he is giving everything he's got on this final stretch here. Owen, the coach, Kochi. And he's going to finish strong. Outstanding effort by Owen Kochi. Takes first place. Liam LaCroix looking to come across. He's got plenty of distance. Will take second. So 4 points. Excuse me. 8 points for the Wolverines.
Meanwhile, Romero takes
Romero going to take third.
Flynn takes
and Flynn
fourth.
right behind him. Flynn, incredible start to finish.
Well, Flynn first for the girls, so I think that'll count for 5 points for
That is 5
the
points for
girls. So that
girls.
helps their effort.
And she lapped, I think, some, if not all of the girls. She was that fast. So I think
We have a few, I believe these runners are not on their last lap. But the runner approaching right.
Henrik on his last lap. This Norwood runner on his last lap. And then I think Kira Chi, I think, locked in for second place right now. So Kira coming around right now. State champ.
Here's
Henrik.
Henrik. We'll check his official time in a second.
Yeah.
As well as Liam's.
Oh, Henrik across the finish line. Pretty nice brag. Do the 1 mile and the 2 mile. Here's Kira Chi. She takes second place overall. And then Elise Boger looking to add points for the Wolverines. Looking to get 4 points for the Wolverines. Terrific effort by Boger. And she's going to take third. Outstanding effort. Wolverines for the boys take first and second. Girls take second and third. Kochi, LaCroix for the boys, Chi and Boger for the girls.
And 2 more runners, one for the Wolverines, one for the Mustangs here.
Yep.
To round out this race before we go to the 4x400.
Kara Sullivan, state champ. She is a very consistent runner. Did a great job on the TVL Invitational. A lot of these girls, their specialty is, you know, that 5K. That's another, we're talking about another 1.1 mile on top of this, you know, it's.
Yeah, Henrik basically did a 5K today.
He did.
It's quite impressive.
And here we go. So Owen, the coach Kochi, 11:12:87. Liam LaCroix, he was saying he'd like to do 11:35. He came under, 11:28.
He'll be happy with that result.
Henrik Legers said he wanted to do 12:20. He came in at 12:30. So
good results.
Not bad.
Right about on target.
Both,
you know?
both were within
10 seconds.
Under 10 seconds. I mean, that's science for you, folks.
Yeah.
That's science. When you do something enough, you have a pretty good idea of what your time is.
Yeah.
You know, give or take the weather. That's pretty impressive.
Absolutely. And one more event here to round out the day.
The 4x1.
The 4x400.
One of the most electrifying events in all of track.
So, 2 more races in total. One for the boys, one for the girls. And that will do it for track.
So girls across tomorrow. Who are they playing?
They're playing Franklin. Another non-league matchup. They've had some tough opponents this year in the non-leagues. Hingham, they're going to face Notre Dame Academy in Hingham later on this season in at Notre Dame.
Yeah, and Hingham, yeah.
They had Concord Carlisle, #1 in the state, and it was a 1-point loss for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Nothing to be ashamed of there. And it looks like we're about to go underway here for the 4-bye. I don't see a Norwood
No, I just see Westwood.
or Westwood Heat. So unless
This is typically when, there's only one. They just doing it for fun now.
yeah. So hey, go have some fun. Maybe try to set a personal best.
Yep.
That'd be my goal if I had a chance
Yeah, why
here.
not? Why not? Senior day.
Senior day, set a
senior
personal best.
Night, senior night, OS.
Yeah. But no, as you mentioned, girls lacrosse, a couple other opponents as well, non-league, that they've had tough. I'm sure you could pull up a couple off the top of your head.
Games wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had. They played Medfield.
Medfield.
They played Hingham.
Yep.
They played. They had obviously a tight one versus Concord Carlisle.
Yep.
They've had the TVL schedule, which Medfield is kind of the team that got to beat in the TVL. Dover Sherborne coming on strong as well. I don't think they've played yet. Andy Joyce, assistant coach for Dover Sherborne, girls basketball coach here in Westwood.
Yeah, so it should be a good one tomorrow. And then one of our student videographers, Jenny, will be filming girls softball versus Millis Friday. And then we'll be here on Saturday for a little non-league matchup for boys lacrosse versus Needham. That should be a fun one.
The Rockets.
That should be a fun one for Rich Verrier, too. He's previous employer, was an assistant AD at Needham. So, I'm sure a little bit of when he sees Needham on the schedule, a little bit of hey, I want to get one over them. But a little fun matchup. Should be a good non-league matchup for us here. 5 p.m. at Flay Hive. Should be a fun one. Hopefully it's a little warmer than today out, a little nicer. Get some good weather, some lacrosse on a Saturday night. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, so I like it's a Saturday night. A little under the lights action.
I like the Saturday games. It's always fun to do. One of my favorite parts about the hockey season, the Saturday games. It's always fun to come in.
Nice little buzz,
Yeah.
of the weekend excitement that it's the weekend.
People are a little more relaxed,
Yeah.
a little more, hey, how's it
No
going?
deadlines.
No, you don't have to worry
work,
about it.
Not a school night.
Nope, it's not Sunday. You're not worried about anything coming on Monday.
You
So
can go to sleep later.
Yep. Yeah, I can sleep in the next day.
Sleep in the next day.
So, it's always fun to do a Saturday game every once in a while. Especially with it getting a little warmer out. Gonna have to keep an eye on the weather. We enjoyed our time here today, but I enjoyed it if it was a little more warmer.
Yeah.
So, but
So lap number 3, we're going to see the third person for the Wolverines on the 4x1. Third leg, I guess, is the correct term.
sure. You probably know better than me. So we try to learn, but
Yeah.
track is one of
This
those.
is my guess.
We only do 1 or 2 games a year every year, so it's a little hard for us to pick up the terminology. Other sports that just have more home games by the nature of what they do.
Yeah.
It's a little easier to learn those terms, but we still enjoy coming out here. We started doing this a couple years ago. When I started here in Westwood, we didn't cover track. It's one of those things that we've added. It's fun. It's fun to see. It's a sport that deserves the coverage, and it's, we have 2 really good teams here in Westwood. So,
State championship winning teams. As we see some more hacky sack going on the field.
yeah, we were talking about this, I think, before the game. Hacky sack's making a comeback.
Yeah.
So,
They have these jokes, these MIA power rankings for hacky sack, and on one of them I saw Westwood at number 1.
I like that ranking, actually. Maybe we should get club, like we said, club hacky sack should make it happen.
Yeah. And coming down to the 4th and final leg, it's like Adrian Kelly. She was a captain of the cross-country team this year with Maeve Gavin. And there she goes. I see Owen, the coach, you doing a little victory lap down there. He had an impressive 2-mile.
Absolutely. Getting the cool down
Got
lap.
a little
in.
pep in the step after a nice
Oh, yeah.
10-minute mile, 2-mile. Made
Sure.
that look easy.
Yeah.
These guys have had more steps today than I've had in 2 weeks.
I know. I mean, it's once again, it's very impressive what all these kids can do running wise. I know if I was doing a 2 mile, I'd be out for the week. I'd be taking days off.
I would definitely be off my feet for a few days.
Absolutely.
There's only so much Tiger Balm could help me.
All right. So
Here comes the final lap. Adrian Kelly. Finishing strong. Got her teammates cheering her on. Outstanding. Now, do we see a boys 4x1?
you know, I'm not too sure.
I don't see anyone
I don't
near
I
the
don't.
track. I feel
Do you
like
have
this-
anyone listed on the?
Let's take a look.
I would imagine.
Let's take a look.
You know, the tent has come down.
No,
It's hard
I
to.
don't see.
You don't
there's-
see
there's-
listed?
There's two listed, but I saw one's listed for the girls and no
One
one's.
says Westwood Senior and one says Norwood Senior, which tells me that perhaps that's the 4x100.
You know, the thing though is typically we see on senior night we see like one final lap by the seniors.
Absolutely.
So
I don't
that
know.
might have been-
I don't know if we're gonna see it though because it's
Looks like they're
they're
taking
taking the
set down.
camera down.
Yeah.
So I think that's gonna do it.
Yes,
I think we're gonna safely assume that that's it for
that is gonna
senior
do
night.
it. Yes,
I would imagine the seniors will probably celebrate in the warmth.
yes.
Maybe they'll do their race inside, but
They are all getting warm, and that is going to do it for our coverage, folks. Thanks for tuning in. It was a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Track and field is a lot of fun, and we got a lot of talented track and field runners, also throwers, and that is a lot of fun. And we were delighted to bring Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Track and Field. Appreciate you all tuning in, and we will all see you all again soon.